Hello everyone. This is my my mother, Odessa Cudahy, and she grew up. Do you want to explain where you grew up?
I was born in Los Angeles, and we lived in Los Angeles for about 12 years of my life. And then after that, we moved to Oregon
Yeah.
in a little farm town because my dad had to get a job opening up a paint shop for someone. And we lived there just for 2 years. And then we moved to Portland to be closer to his work. And we lived there for 1 year and then ended up moving back to San Jose. And that's where I grew up the rest of my life.
How did moving affect you, like constantly?
It was really rough. Oh my gosh, it was hard because we moved when we were young. There was 4 of us because Uncle Albert was in the Army, and so we went from one elementary school to the 4th grade, and then I went to another elementary school for 5th and 6th grade, and then we moved again, and I went to a junior high school for 7th grade, and then we moved back to California, and I was in another new school, so it was really hard making friends. Yeah, it was kind of sad actually.
Yeah.
To start all over and all over, it was really hard. I think today kids don't know, well, a lot of kids, how when they live in one home their entire life, how easy it is for them to be accustomed to the situation than having to move a lot and make new friends.
Do you think your experiences moving as a kid impacted you, maybe not wanting to move as much when we were growing up?
Well, definitely. But it's not, we didn't really have a choice. Like it was, well, my dad had a choice, but it was more like for financial reasons that they had to leave.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have 4 siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're the youngest?
Yep. I didn't have a name picked out for me, and so she asked my oldest brothers to name me. And Nani used to babysit a little girl named Odessa, and they were just so fond of her because she was just a little baby, right? My brother named me after their little baby. So anyway, growing up, my brothers were always older, so they weren't around as much. So I was really close with Uncle Vincent, especially, and Auntie Jerry, because we were all, 1 year after another. So we grew up probably the closest than the other 2, because Uncle Albert, by the time we were a little older, he went off into the Army, and then when we moved to Oregon, Uncle Louis went into the Marines. So you should be very lucky that your brother and sister spend so much time with you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that, but we are actually a lot closer now. I think like my sister and I were always best friends, all through growing up, and we got older and kind of had some differences, but Uncle Vincent and I were the closest because we're a year and 3 days apart, and it's just hard because he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But he was like my protector,
Yeah.
And I say that because when we first moved to Oregon, and then he and I were in 5th and 6th grade, and we had to take a bus to school. And we never had to ride a school bus because we always lived super close to our school. And he said, "Don't worry, Gus, I'll protect you.
Yeah.
Like, don't be scared," because I was scared. This time we're going to junior high school. And he said the same thing. "I'll protect you, don't worry. We have each other."
Yeah, so you had a really strong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And then high school was different too, because he would be in 11th grade and I would be in 10th grade, and he said, "Des, I'm gonna protect you because there's a lot of guys. If anybody ever bothers you, I'll kick their butt.
So, how was growing up as a teenager in San Jose?
It was fun. I mean, you know, a lot of friends. But then graduation came, and shortly after that, my parents split up, and I never really was told, like, I was never encouraged to go to school. I just thought, well, I guess I'll get a job, you know. So I got a job, and I was going to start going to junior college. Then my dad died. So then I had to work full time to help Nani.
Yeah. So, like, after high school, how did your professional career kind of, like, start?
Well, I started off, like, right out of high school. I got a job as a bookkeeper. Some lady was nice enough to hire me with, like, a mom and pop construction company. She trained me, like, how to be a bookkeeper and how to do accounts payable and accounts receivable and payroll taxes and government forms. And I worked there for about 2 years, and that's when my dad died, and I had to, like, get like a real job. And because I had the accounting skills, this lady hired me in a real estate company and worked there for about 7 years, and just learned and was taking classes. And then at San Jose City College, then I just started kind of climbing the corporate ladder, and it just kind of evolved from there.
Nice.
You know.
Are you proud of yourself and how far you've come in your work?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, I guess. I think, like, when I had kids, I just completely quit because I wanted to raise my kids like Nani did for me, right? Like, Nani was always there for us as kids, and she was a really good example for me to be a mom.
So do you think you're more proud of yourself as a mother?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's my biggest accomplishment is my children.
That's beautiful.
And I'm not done yet. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
My biggest job is getting all of them to heaven.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you've faced as a parent?
Oh, there's just too many to name. It wasn't hard giving up my career for my children. It was probably easy. Big challenge is making sure I get them all off so they can have a good education, because your dad and I weren't able to do that. I think one of my biggest challenges was my cancer. You know.
Yeah.
That was a really, really dark path for me.
Final question would be, how do you want to be remembered?
Oh gosh, just being a good mom probably is the most important. Being a caring person that would do anything for you, for my kids, or for anybody else if I could.
I think that's a really good legacy. Thanks for doing the interview with me.
You're welcome. That's all you want to ask me? I love you, sweet boy.
Thank you.